Welcome again to this YouTube channel whereby we break down everything concerning computers, and for today we are going to be covering the errors that are majorly found in Excel, and we shall begin right away without wasting any further time. For those of you who haven't liked and subscribed, make sure you do so, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that when I post something new you'll be able to get it. I prepared a report that we had covered initially. I think that's what we shall use to rectify all the errors that can be possibly found in Excel. So some of the errors found in Excel, we have divide by 0. It is just div 0. I'll show you how it arises. I'll put here div, and then I'll show you equals, and then I'll choose maybe like this one here, divide by 0, and then I press enter. So that's one of the errors, and that shows that you cannot divide any number by 0, it will give an error. It can also be found if you divide a number with an empty cell. I'll show you, like maybe this one, divide by this empty cell here, and then I press enter. It will also give us a divide by 0. So another error rather that you can find is when you have entered your formula or a function and then the computer doesn't identify it. Like for example, here we have sum equals sum. So if I switch and put add and then I press enter, you'll discover that they will say name error. That's one of the errors that we shall be finding after making such an entrance. So another error that we shall find is the ref error. That happens whereby you have entered in your function and then somehow somewhere you delete a cell or maybe a whole row. That happens. Like let me show you. If this one here, the total is the sum, not so? They say the sum. So if I somehow somewhere delete this one here, no, this one here, if I delete this cell, delete just the cell, you will see that's the ref error. That shows that there is a change in the reference. It can also happen if you delete like the entire row, so here everywhere you will see a ref error. And then another error is the one whereby the null error, whereby you do what? There is an error when you're entering the formula. Like let me see here, we normally put commas. Now if somewhere you fail to put a comma and maybe just put a space, sorry about that, this was D7. So like you edit out the comma and then you just put space and press enter, you will discover that will be a null error. So the only way to correct it, you just have to come back and put a comma instead of the space. So another error that we normally discover is the hash error, and that occurs when the space in the space allocated for a particular column or row is insufficient for the figures. Like let me show you here. If I was to reduce this to this, sorry about that, that may not apply here. Like let me show you from here. Like if I'm to reduce this from here and give them that, so that error of the hash error, that shows that my figures have been allocated very little space. So the only way to correct that, you'll have to resize it and give them enough space, and then that will be corrected. So I think those are our errors. The hash error that I'm just from showing you, the name error that arises when the machine does not understand or know the formula you have put in, like whereby we substituted sum for add, and then the null error that arises when you don't put a comma in your function, and then the divide by 0 error, whereby you divide some like a number by 0 or with an empty space. I think that's it. So if you haven't liked, make sure you do so, and then you subscribe. Thanks for watching.